Yeah, friends of the sun, time to go home. It's on the one side getting too hot. On the other side, I see the dark clouds, and that means rain. And the last couple of days, the rain was really bad. So I try to get home before it gets too bad. So we're leaving the Valencia Market. I should have brought my backpack to buy some sausages and some bread, but yeah. Once again, if I bring my backpack, I make it full and 2,000 pesos are gone. Because I have to feed multiple people in the house. Now I have a guess how safe the baby in front of me is in an accident, is it? Well, at least Papa and Mama survives. I think he's thinking about the same, considering his face is like, or her, its face, the baby, its face. Now we come to one of my favorite spots here at Dumaguete in Valencia. You have a 4-lane road, however, in the middle of the second lane you have electric posts. You know, that's only in the Philippines, and the one road get widened just recently, recently in the last couple of years. And there's no way that those people actually would put the post to the side, you know. But yeah, nothing to complain about. Welcome to the Philippines. That is the so-called Jose Romero Road or Valencia Road. By the way, Los Burritos on the right side. Still some of the best burritos in the area. Good chimichanga. Well, for my taste, chimichanga has too much rice, but burritos and the other stuff really yummy. A lot of that two-story building with some shops in the bottom and people living in the second floor, first floor, how probably the Americans say. Erdgeschoss und erster Stock. Now on the right side you have Subida, which is like a souvenir shop. A lot of wood on strings kind of things. Yeah. 3 times the price, then you get it downtown at the boulevard, but they claim some, I don't know, social stuff, taking people from the road to build it. So, and that's their marketing. That marketing works. Good for them. Here the road, it is actually convenient for me. I'm not too far from here, and they get more and more restaurants. Before at the gasoline station there was Latino, but I'm not even sure if he's still open. Fantastic Spanish, but he's then start to make just too much left, right and center. Here on the left side was hillside, I actually like the dishes. The problem is, for me, it's the typical too close on the road, and it's pretty noisy, and as I'm deaf on one side, it's a little bit of pain in the ass when you go there. Hideout, fantastic pizza, give it a try. I was there recently. Now they have aircon, so good for me. Before they were like a hole in the wall but open to the road. It was just too hot, not convenient, weird neighborhood. Now they have their closed shop. I think the prices didn't went up, and if so, only a little bit, which is also really okay with me. Let's continue down the road. Sari shops at really nice to drive during daytime. During night it is a little bit a nightmare because half of the motorbikes don't have any lights and they drive against the traffic, and those coming up from Dumaguete, especially the motorbikes, occupying just everything. Wonder how long that video will be. Now we are soon at the never finished diversion road. Heard rumors there should be a traffic light coming up soon, but that is one of the three planned from our former mayor planned diversion roads. He planned them in his master plan here since 1999, and instead of three, there are actually, the one is not finished. There are stretches in between where property owners didn't sell their land, so the 2-lane road gets 1 lane again. Another part, the 2 lanes in one direction, one is used for parking in the evening, so it's a kind of mess. One day I'm driving up here during rush hour, then you see that chaos at that crossing with 2 traffic enforcers. It's actually really interesting to look at how they try to do their best. Good, what else do we have? Here I think we have Ecoville. It's actually a nice little community, some nice houses. If you're lucky, you can get one for a decent rental price. Most of them are sadly way overpriced. But it's a little safe community, not too far from Dumaguete, not too far from Valencia. And therefore worth a try. Going there, driving in a circle, having a look if there's a house for rent. And then you ask directly there or at the neighbors, so you don't need to get through one of those millions of ridiculous agents here in Dumaguete, which just make no sense. Goods. Here's sudden left side Santa Rosario, which was, when they started years ago, a little bit a better subdivision. Now there are still some houses, but most of them are rather sad. See, that's how you drive when you have babies on there. Fucking idiots. Wouldn't drive like that alone, but they drive like that with a baby on it. Now guess what? They are exactly at the same spot I am. But that wouldn't get into anybody's brain here. An average IQ of 82, and that's average. So you need a lot of 70 somethings to get on an average of 82. On the left side, that's going to be another spot where you have shops and restaurants and little food stalls in the bottom. So looking forward soon to open. On the right side is my cigarette shop. I should stop, but I'm making a recording, so later. Maybe I'm coming back. They have the cheapest cigarettes in Dumaguete at the moment. Now on the left side we get to Scots, and more important, there is Mia's ice cream, closed on a Sunday, with just brilliant ice cream. They don't even have a signboard, they don't need, they just open and people go there. Last stop on the Dumaguete Valencia Road. This is now Barangay Bagakai. We just passed it, was Brew Garden on the right. Actually something to try. Well, let's do the Filipino way. And let's go through the cemetery today for a change. Here on the left side, that is Sans Rival, the bake factory. Was actually a bus and jeepney terminal before Chiquiting took over, and suddenly it became this factory. Here you see the worker from Noriko 2, the power company. That's why we have brownout today. It's called brownout, but it is actually full-grown blackout. There is no power whatsoever. Yeah, we are already in the middle of the cemetery, which is more or less a road. All the little shrines, left, right. Now on the left and the right, that is some kind of like higher family stuff. Not everybody gets to get buried there, but here you can get buried in up to 4 levels. And construction is still going on of that cubby holes. And I'm living close to that, so if I'm hitting the sack, I don't have it that far. I'm big enough, so mother just needs to get some of our gravel shoveling neighbors at night. Carry me up there, put me in a hole, and nobody would know. Put a little cement on it, and we are done. And that's where we are, back home, home sweet home, for the rest of a brownout day. Or let's see what we're gonna